Hi everyone, this is Shannon from Shannon Feeling Crafty. This is just a spontaneous live. I never do this. I thought I would come on and just show how to set up this bee wreath because people are always asking me. I didn't tell anybody I was coming on because I thought hopefully I'd be talking to myself. So I did the wreath frame here. I put all these pipe cleaners on. These are my inside pipe cleaners. Obviously, those are going to be yellow. What I did was I alternated black using the two middle, yellow using the bottom two, and then back up to the two middle with the white. At the end of each section, I put a yellow one up in the top two, and they're facing inside. Hold on a second. See if I can get this to work. Oh, I can. I'm just going to turn it down so I can maybe see if there's anybody actually here. All right, so now that I have it, I'm going to make cruffles, but I thought I would show you of all these ribbons. I'm never planned ahead of time like this, so I'm just showing you. These are the ribbons I think I'm going to use. But I will tell you that I'm very good at changing my mind and just like cutting random stuff at the last second. So I think I'm going to use these, but that's yet to be determined. I'm going to use cruffles. I have a bunch of cruffles already made all over here, but I'm just going to show you how I make a cruffle real fast. So these are my wire clippers. So this mesh is really cool. It's very thick. It's yellow and white. Forget what kind of mesh it is, but I really like it. So you roll this over about 2, 3, 4 times. I'm going to clip it because Carla's Clever Crafts taught me to clip them. Because I'm going to have my curls facing up, I'm actually going to do it like this. Usually when I have my curls facing down, I do it this way. So I'm going to roll it again. And then when I do that, I'm just going to scrunch up the middle. And that's a cruffle. I said I was going to put my cruffles in right side up so that all the curls are showing. So I'm going to do that right now. So I'm just going to put this yellow in right here. That's going to make it fuller and curlier on top. And then I'm just going to go around and do the rest of them that I already made ahead of time. I never make things ahead of time. I just did this for the video for all the people that hopefully will look at this after because they always ask me. So I'm just going to put all of these cruffles around except for the ones facing the inside. And then black, they're all sticking together. I've never made this design before, so I'm just winging it. I hope it comes out great. Sometimes they don't, and I rip them apart, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna take my watch off because it's sticking to the mesh. So back to yellow. Most of my designs you've seen recently, the cruffles are actually facing down. But I'm just trying to be fun today, do something a little different. I did do these cruffles pretty tight today because I want a lot of curl. Who is that is watching? Crafty Cass and I can't see. Mosey Girl Creations. Hi. Kim Klein. Hi. I did not think anyone would notice that I was on. Look at you all sneaking in. Thank you so much for watching. So I'm still going around with my black, yellow, white. This yellow mesh is like a poly jute. It's very thin, but I like it because of the bold color. Yet again, skipping these. So if I don't skip one, go ahead and yell at me. Thank you for whoever's sprinkling me. I'm trying to see if I can see you on my iPad, but I can't. Oh, hi, Shan. I can see you now. Oh, my goodness. Yes, I'm looking at you on my iPad because I cannot see you up there. If you're there, say hello so I can see you. Oh, my goodness. Cowboy, are you watching? I can't believe it. So I'm going to keep going around. For some reason, everybody loves bee wreaths in the spring and summer, and I'm no different. I've made so many of them, but not this kind. Hetty, I see you, Hetty. Oh my goodness, I didn't think anybody would show up. Look at you all. I just came on spontaneously, and I'm not a very spontaneous person. So, thank you. Actually, I had a doctor's appointment today, so hello, I'm probably anxious is really the shirt that I usually wear to the doctor, because, or the dentist really, because yes, I am anxious. So I didn't put that on for you, but it's also a little bit true. So I'm really going to try not to say any bad words, because honestly, I have like, whoops. I have like a little bit of a foul mouth. Hi. Howdy! Afro-Texican. I love it so much, teaching me French. So here's what it looks like so far as I go around. So it's very bright, a lot of yellow and bee colors. I'm super excited. I'm not going to be able to show the finished product today because I think I'm going to hand paint the center and create it myself. If you followed me for a really long time, you might know that I almost always used to paint and create them myself because I couldn't find things that I like. I've been using a lot more pre-made centers lately. TJ's Creative Chaos. Hello, hello. Sorry, I'm looking up at my phone. I'm trying to look at my iPad, but it doesn't want to show me. I'm doing great, actually. You pardon my French. I love you so much. Everyone keeps asking me to do these, and I'm like, I'm going to do it, and then I totally don't do it. So today's the day I was like, you know what? Am I going to go on live or not? And then I watched this live of my friend Pink this morning, and she was so cute, and she was just showing things that she found at the thrift store, and I was like, I can do this. I did it once, like, ages ago, excuse me, and I haven't done it since then, and that was a Christmas tree, so that tells you how long ago it was. So to me, lives are like a TV show. Whoops, sorry. Yes, you just sent all these bee wreaths, bee things. I'm going to have to look at them on your page if they're there. If I don't see your comments, it's just because I can see them more on, hey, Latanya, is that how you say it? I always see you on my page. Thank you for stepping in. So I've been threatening to make this bee wreath for a while, but my son graduated this past weekend from Pitt. And the night before I went there, I was going to make it, and I actually ran out of, hi, Tammy. I actually ran out of wreath frames. Like I usually have about 15 of these 14-inch wreath frames from Dollar Tree, and I did not have a single one, and I don't know how that could possibly happen. I am correct, yay. So here's what it looks like so far. So it's like very loud and colorful. And I am trying to see you. I keep trying to build up your confidence to do a live. Listen, I did this today because I thought nobody would show up. So I'm glad you did show up, but I didn't tell anybody because first I was scared people might not come, but then I was scared they would. I did one over right before Christmas, and a lot of people did come. In fact, my parents, who never come on Facebook anymore, came on to watch me because I needed all the confidence. But the truth is, I was a teacher for 10 years. So really, Tammy, I'm still on, so maybe you're behind, I don't know. I'm still on. I just did this spontaneously. I was just like, maybe I'll go live today, and then I just turned it on and did it. I even barely realized how to do it. Oh, good wreath. Look at, I have these crafters on here too, not just cowboys, although I do love you. So I'm going to finish going around with my cruffles. I don't know if there are people on that didn't see how I make a cruffle, so I'm just going to do one even though I don't need this. This is a very thin poly jute mesh, so I cut it to 20 inches. The yellow mesh I cut to 18 maybe. So I'm just going to roll it 3 or 4 times, maybe 5 for this one because it's longer. And then I'm going to clip it. If I were going to do the curls face down, I would turn it over, but I'm feeling in a really curly mood, so I'm doing it like this. And then you just scrunch up the middle like this. And when you're done, when I learned it, I thought it looked like a butterfly, but it looks like a butterfly or a bow. You can use it either way. You can use it facing this way. You can use it facing this way. I will be doing both. So I'm going to set this one aside because I'm on black now. I just had these materials in my house because my house is like a craft store, but sometimes I have so many things but not what I actually want, and that's why I'm going to make my own sign because I do not have... Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kim. Kim and I went to high school together, so I appreciate her. I'm looking over to my iPad to see if I can see your comments better. I am live. I didn't tell anybody. It's a secret. I just like snuck on here to try to get a live in and thought nobody would watch, but all these great people showed up. So I'm almost done with the outside, and then we're going to figure out the ribbons because I have a bunch cut, but I really don't know what I'm going to like. Usually people pair bees with sunflowers, but I was kind of in more of a daisy mood, and these ribbons have a lot of black in them, so I pulled out ones that have daisies. So I actually have daisies I might use, not sure. Some people are really good planners. I am not a really good planner, so you will not see my sign today. I'll have to do a reel or something to show you that. So I'm almost done going around with these. I try to always do my pipe cleaners clockwise so I know what I'm doing, but really I just kind of fly by the seat of my pants here. I'm not gonna lie. Thank you. Thank you so much, LaTanya. I try my best. You're in lower, let me see if I can read that on my iPad. I'm not in Pittsburgh, I'm back home. I live in New Jersey. My son did graduate Pitt this past weekend, and I lived there from when I was like 1 till maybe 4-ish. My brother lives there. We lived there in the 70s when the Steelers were really good, so he just always had a thing for Pittsburgh. I live in New Jersey. I've lived in Texas when I was a little girl. Then we moved to New Jersey, and then I went to college in New Jersey and never left. Because my kid's dad is here, and I had my job here as a music teacher, and I think that's really, I love daisies too, Tammy. I love sunflowers also, but I just feel like it's always sunflowers with bees. So I get really confused with my pipe cleaner, so I'm just going to pull these down a little bit. I watch Carla's Clever Crafts. She and I are like the same in so many ways. I watch her every day at 4. And she's just so much more organized about this, and I'm like a little bit more just wing it, change things, rummage through my stuff and find different ribbons kind of girl. Different artistic process I get. It looks so full. Yes, thank you. Who is that that's saying that? I apologize if I'm not calling you all by names, but that's my phone up there, and I can barely see that, so I'm trying to look at my iPad as my So I'm one of the people on there. So that's so far. And you will see, even though it's full, there are these wreath caps here. And those will be filled in with ribbons and by some yellow going the opposite way. And then I usually put felt on the back when I'm done with them. So I'm thinking this ribbon and this ribbon to go here on the outside. And I'm only going to put it here, I think, on the yellow. Or I might cut these in half and put one on each white and one on each black. So I'm not really sure. So I could do it like this with the two together, kind of scrunch them together, and then put it here. I think that's what I'm gonna do right now. And then if I want to go back and add something, I always can. So I did this in a little bit of a V. I'm sorry, I didn't put that on very well. Where the daisies kind of peek out. I have to decide if I like that. Do we like that? What do you think? This will be the underneath part. Who else is watching? Does that say Rhonda? My baton teacher in Texas name was Rhonda. It looks okay. Thank you. So I think I'm going to do that. The other option would be to cut these in half and put one on each black and one on each white like this. But I think I'm going to skip that and just do this. I'm sorry if I don't get to your comments because I know. Thank you. I hope it's pretty when I'm done. I'm doing the best I can. So again, I put them on top of each other and I'm just scrunching up through the middle and hopefully turning the ends under. I'm going to put this on the yellow here. And if I want, like if I don't feel like it's full enough or I think that it needs even more poof, then I might go back and put ribbons on these two, which is why I'm not cutting them yet. Because, like I said, I'm really good at winging it. And changing things that I don't like. So there we have the bees with the daisies right there under them. And we're just going to go around. This is going to be the bottom row. We are going to put more mesh over top a little bit in a second. I don't know how people do these all the time. I'm like super unorganized, but you just have to know that about me if you ever watch. So I'm going to go around with all of these and pull the daisies out so you can see those. Maybe we'll flesh this out with the actual daisies and some bees when we're done. You like it, Tammy? Thank you. Bees are so fun to make. Everybody loves bees, it seems like. And this time of year, bees and flowers, so fun. So we've done 3 already. We have 6 altogether. I dovetailed these ahead of time. I don't know if you can see that. I'm challenged at cutting ribbon, actually, so I did the best I could. Some people are really good at, look, I didn't even cut them the same size. We're just going to let it go and move on. I do have all these mats for cutting, but if I dovetail like if I do a really bad job cutting them, then they get shorter, but it's fine. I'm not going to let it stress me out. The Charming Nest. Hi, welcome. I love that you're all commenting. Sometimes I go to other people's lives and I don't see a lot of comments. And if I saw that there were 10 people on here and nobody was commenting, I would be a little bit more stressed out. So this is what it looks like with 4 of them around the outside edge so far. Hi, the Charming Nest. Hello. Welcome to my spontaneous live. All right, so I think we have 2 more of these, 2 more yellows. I don't always do cruffles. I do all sorts of different techniques, and some things I just kind of morph and make them my own way. I'm not really a traditional wreath maker. I kind of just started making them, and then, thank you, and then I learned techniques after I started making them. So that kind of keeps me in my own style sometimes. Other people don't always put this many cruffles. They do it a little bit differently, but I just like it really full. Oh my goodness, am I missing one of those ribbons? You never know. I just have like a random pile of ribbons here. Could have fell. Oh, it fell on the floor. So this is how I really work, like messy like this. So, I mean, I'm not even lying to you. It's just everywhere. There's just stuff everywhere on my floor. That's how I roll here. Thanks, Kim. I'm so glad you came. Did you come the last time, Kim? I feel like you did. Some of us, I mean, I do. I'm Shannon Feeling Crafty, but some of you don't go by your real names. Sometimes I really love, hi Patty, sometimes I really love seeing your real names. Hi Pink! Pink, you inspired, sorry I screamed. You inspired me to just go for it today because I watched your live when you were showing all your thrift store stuff and it was just so cute and I was like, I can do this. So here's the bottom layer. I really want these to show out from underneath the bees, but the thing is, when I put more mesh on the top, it might, hi Maureen, it might get messed up again, and that's fine. I'm not going to be super picky about it right now. So now that I've done that, I'm going to put another yellow going the opposite way, and that's what these inside pipe cleaners are for, right here. And there are pipe cleaners everywhere. Yes, you did. It's easy if you don't think, well, I'm not thinking that much, but I was a teacher for a long time, so that kind of kicked in the last time I did a live. But also it is weird when you're talking to yourself and you want to, hi Deborah, and you want to be able to see people, but you really just have to look for their comments and you're behind. So I just have to get used to that part. I figure I'm not organized enough to do a real tutorial. I know some people are. So I'm going to cut these off now. Usually just have pipe cleaners everywhere and then I make mistakes. I know you can cut pipe cleaners with scissors, but I don't know, it's really hard for me. My hands shake and it's just easier. So then I just throw pipe cleaners everywhere and I have to pick some of them up before I vacuum. I mean, when I vacuum my craft area. So right now there's just little pieces of ribbon and mesh and nonsense all over my floor. I'll show you, but my phone is like up in this handy dandy thing. You do just talk, but I love it, Pink, and I love that you didn't brush your hair today. That cracked me up. I did brush mine a little bit, but if you can see, it's like just in a ponytail, and this is actually nicer than it usually looks. Usually it's a messy bun. So I'm cutting these off so I don't get confused, because I get confused like really easily. I'm not cutting the black and the white ones off because I don't know if I'm going to check something down there at some point. You relate to that. So I think this is the last one like that. All right, so I actually pre-made these cruffles too, and my friend Carla has a cruffle maker, like a cruffle holder. This is just my bow maker that I don't usually use because I'm not good at bows, but this is like so that I'm gonna learn. I've made 3 successful bows ever. What is that, summer? Let me just check on here, see if I can see it. Maybe I need new glasses. The charminess. Thank you. I did just get my hair done. My hair used to be auburn, so brown and red, but now it's mostly white, almost 51 and mostly white. I have like a really cool white streak right there. So what I do is I just get all the reds. I just change it all, no brushing here. Deborah, my hair is like curly and thick, so usually it's just everywhere. And I thought about leaving it that way. So here's a cruffle that I'm going to put right side up. So this makes it super curly, and I'm going to turn it. And that way it's going to look cool, but it's also going to cover some of the open gaps. So here's what the cruffle that facing this way looks like. Looks like that. Whoops, it's a little crooked. So it looks like that. So I'm going to put 6 of those around. Cape Cod Bay Baskets high. And then it's going to make it even fluffier, and it's going to make it really, really full. This one's going to be so full. So I'm going to put the second one in. I don't always do cruffles, but they're really fun because they're super curly. And I don't know. So if you came on late and you craft, I cut these pieces of mesh 18 inches, and I cut the white and the black 20 inches to create these cruffles. Look like bows or butterflies or whatever. This one is like super tight, so I'm gonna like calm it down a little bit. So if you've watched like my process photos, you've probably seen this stage before, but they were facing down. Hey, Eric Drucker. And we have another Deborah on there, Deborah Crum. I have a couple Deborahs on here. So we have 3 on so far. And they just make it really fluffy and full. And the reason I jumped on it the time I did is because I watched my friend Art by Deborah Rose at 7. And I call it Dinner with Deborah, like to myself. Not she doesn't call it that. I'm doing great, Eric. I was away for the weekend because Timmy graduated. I think you saw that. It's so crazy that our kids got, you know, like to be young adults. I don't know how that happened. Like when they were babies, I was like, oh, they're never going to be in kindergarten or graduate high school or go to college. Like it's so far away. It's not far away. It's like the realization this past weekend that it was not far away. But I was super proud of him. So I'm almost done going around with those. This cruffle is super wonky. So let me tighten it a little bit. So I'm using the same ribbon for the mesh. I mean, the same pipe cleaner for the mesh and then the ribbon that goes on top. And so I have to make sure it's tight enough. Who else is on there now? Oh, it's still not changed. So this bow thing, I really do not do things ahead like this unless I'm making a flower with petals. But I kind of wanted to seem a little bit organized, but I'm actually not. I'm not at all. Not at all organized. If you see me turn to the right, my iPad is there. See some of you when it's not popping up on the screen. So I have one more. This is how it looks so far. I have one more to put on, and I think I'm going to cut the under pipe cleaners off now because I don't think we're going to need anything to go there. It's already going to be super busy. I have never been, no, Deborah, I've been live once. I made a Christmas tree. Like so many people kind of harassed me into doing a live, and then it became a thing and I did it. And I kept saying I was going to do more, but I didn't. And I got this stand with the camera and a light. The light's not on because I don't even know how to do it. But I have this really cool light in here, so it's kind of bright-ish. This one is a little wonky. But so this is how it looks so far without the top row of ribbons. Why? I'm going to add more ribbon on top. So I did ribbon on the bottom that like is just an under layer, but I'm going to put another group of ribbons here. So we're going to have a top layer of ribbons and then a bottom layer of ribbons that kind of stick out. So that's why. That's a very good question. Sometimes I only do one layer and then I just put all the ribbons. Or sometimes I do a bubbly one with curls or whatever, but this is like a multi layer thing. So I'm just gonna quick cut these off so that they don't keep sticking up and confuse me. Okay. All right, so now I'm gonna use these ribbons, and what I can't decide, these will go here. I can't decide if I want to do one bee and one daisy in a V like this. Sorry, my hand is like holding it the wrong way. Or if I want to do two bees like this, and then two daisies on the next one. So I'm really gonna try. I could also add a black one over the top to break up the color like this. I think this might be what I'm gonna do, like that. So I'm gonna alternate bees with daisies because I think it's like a little obnoxious with both at the same time. So I'm gonna put this, I did it kind of in a V, and then I stuck the black one over the top. And then I'm gonna put it in this way. This is why pipe cleaners are your friend, because you can just, you know, keep stacking stuff on them. What was the first one, Deborah? I don't remember what it was. Was it the two different patterns? Here, we'll try two and then we'll see. The first one was, I'll hold it up when I'm done with these. The first one was two together, right? So we'll try that. And then we'll skip the little black one. This might actually be cute. So I'm gonna put this on, then we're gonna see. Yes, Deborah, okay. I'm gonna do it the way Deborah said. So I'm gonna go back and take that one out, but I'm gonna show you the options. These are not going in well, but I'm just gonna fluff them up in a second. I can't believe that anyone's here. Kim says with the black. You know, you can alternate also. So maybe I should do that. I don't know. Or maybe I should do the two with the black. So these are kind of the way it looks. Bees are so cute. I think I'm going to go with, see, this is what I mean about being indecisive. So I'm going to go with all three at the same time. Why not, right? So I'm actually going to do the bee, the flower, and then I'm going to put the black in between, I think. Like this. See how that looks. Oops. I'm going to put the black on top. I know what I'm saying. It just, sometimes you just have to trial and error here. So I'm going to do that right here. And I'm going to change the next one. Why are bees so cute, do you think? It's like mushrooms. Why are mushrooms so cute? These are not really that tight. Hold on. So I'm just going to turn these under a little bit so they curl kind of a pretty way. You don't have to. So I'm going to take this one out and replace it with all three. Really twisted it like a million times. So this is the way I'm going to do it with all three, like that. And so those ribbons are going to be fuller than the ones underneath. I cut the ribbons at 13 inches before I dovetailed them. I think because sometimes I mess up when I dovetail them and then I'm sad because they're too short. So I'm going to make sure I do it the same way. These two. Yes, this is wire edge ribbon. That's like a really good question. I have used ribbon that's not wire edge, and I think you can spray it with like a liquid starch, or you can glue it to another ribbon, but unless that's the only option, I don't do it because it just doesn't It just doesn't work. It doesn't like hold together right. I guess if you're making a bow, but like I said, I'm kind of bow challenged. It's still something I'm learning. I don't love to put bows on everything anyway, but I've made like 3 really good, successful bows in my time here on Facebook, which is a year, February 20th was my 1-year anniversary here on Facebook. It's my thing to do now that I'm a retired music teacher. And it kind of became a lot. All right, so I'm gonna push this down a little bit so it's a little poofier. So this is what it looks like with 2 sections of the ribbons. All right, see you later, Deborah. It's so nice to see new faces on here and people that I've never seen on Facebook, really, other than passing, you know, and checking out their pages. So I'm gonna try to do these. I can't do them a lot because it's a little stressful. Thank you. Okay, if I didn't say your name, it's just because I'm having trouble reading it. So this is number 3, so I'm gonna have 3 more to do, and then I'll show you what it looks like. And I'll show you what I was thinking about for this sign. Fuzzy butt bees. I know I have some little fuzzy bees, but I thought I might make like a bigger one with like some pipe cleaner and felt. I can't ever find exactly what I want, or at least that's the way it's gone for me the last year. So I kind of learned how to make my own things, especially signs. So I have a lot of paint and a lot of, thank you, Kim, and a lot of felt and just a lot of so many things, actually. So then when my mom, oh, here's one I didn't cut. So this is flat here. So I'm going to dovetail it, and I'm going to try not to do it too deep. So I'm just going to cut from here to the corner. And I will tell you, most people like stack a bunch on top of each other, and I just mess them up. So I usually do them one at a time. And I messed that one up anyway because of the kind of ribbon this is. So there's my little dovetail. Destiny's Eclectic Treasures. Hello. So I think this is a really successful live, even though I'm kind of an unorganized mess, because all these people came, even though I just jumped on and pressed live. And I didn't even really remember how to do that. I just kind of got lucky. So we have 2 more, and then I will talk to you about the options, but will not complete that. Thank you. And then I will make maybe, well, actually I can't count, so there's 3 more. And then maybe I will do a beachy mermaid one, and then a patriotic one. Good timing for you, Pink. Well, I have to eat dinner, and then I have to watch my friend Deborah who paints, and she does this twice a week, so it's like a show. Like, you know, so many of us are the same people. We say hi. So it's just what I do on Mondays and Thursdays. And when she's on vacation or having surgery or something, which she does, thankfully she's well now, then I just don't know what to do with myself at those times. So I usually come in here and make nonsense. Okay, so 2 more. This is what it looks like so far. So you can see how much ribbon there is, but you can still see the bottom peeking through. Thank you, Tammy. Tammy is one of the people I always see on with Deborah, which will be a little bit later. And I didn't want to miss, I watched one live already at 4. I watched another live on replay, and then I'm going to watch one at 7. So I noticed that if I find something I really like watching on here and it's regular, thank you, Pink, it's regular, then I will do that rather than watching TV. It's harder to watch the ones that already happened because I've scheduled my life that day. when I say scheduled my life, I mean like eating, taking naps, watching TV. I mean, I don't mean like an actual schedule. So it's actually filling up a lot with black, and sometimes I like to use black for just like a really big pop of color, and I think that's why I saved all the black options for the top. Because I didn't want to introduce another color. You too. So it's so fluffy with the cruffles going up that I'm really going to have to work these ribbons to be exactly how I like them. You watch Broom TikTok on Wednesday. See, you have like a little schedule too. So maybe I'll have to try that, because somehow I ended up on TikTok and I haven't really posted anything on there, but like just a couple things that you already saw in here. Whoever's sprinkling me, thank you. So I have one more, and I must have dropped the black because I don't see it. Oh, this one's not dovetailed either. I would have been a little stressed out about that. So every ribbon is a little different. This is a wire edge, but it's not quite like as wiry. So I know the ribbons look kind of haphazard now, but I will mess with them excessively before I'm done. Like, or before I give this to someone or take a picture of it or sell it or whatever I do with it. Right now I seem to be collecting them. I have 7 of them hanging in my space of the house and one on my son's door, if you saw that post. His is like a wizarding house one. I'm not gonna say what those houses are, but you know, if somebody wants it, it will, Tammy. If when I'm totally done, somebody asks about it, it 100% will. So that's kind of how I roll, unless someone, thank you, Pink. I loved making yours. Unless somebody messages me, which does happen, and they'll say, you know, I really want blah, 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 blah. Like, I don't do a whole bunch of stuff usually. I'm just feeling like a little creative now that I moved into my new place and I have this super cool space. I'll have to show you a little better when I'll take the phone down and show you. So now we have all the ribbons in, and I know they're just like kind of sticking up everywhere with the curls, but we're gonna get over that. So this is all the ribbons. I hope you can see all the ribbons that are going around here, and then you can see these peeking out from underneath. So when I hang it up, I adjust all the ribbons so you can see them. So if you ever get a wreath in the mail from me or from someone else and it has like all these, definitely adjust the ribbons and the mesh. Hi Sandy, that get messed up like while it's shipping, because you want to really be able to see everything. Even as I moved it around, some stuff moved because it's just not totally in place. So that's the finished wreath so far, and I'm not going to be able to show you the completed one until another time, but I am going to show you when I make my own wreath frame, my own wreath centers. Whoops. I usually use rounds, wood rounds, like really thin wood rounds. And hi, Paul. And so this is an 8-inch round, and this is a 12-inch round. I'm probably going to use this one, but I'm not sure. And this was part of a garden pick. I just took this and like clipped it apart with my heavy duty wire clippers. I lost one of the bees. It's a sad day for him. And it had these little tiny bees on it. So I'm probably going to paint this and write some cool bee thing and then attach these. And if I don't attach these, then I'm going to draw my own like this, which is what I did for one that I made for my sister a long time ago. I have some fuzzy bees. Let me get those out for Pink, because she was saying that about fuzzy bees. I got these little bee picks a while ago, how they're like super fuzzy and they have googly eyes. So I'll probably put some of those on. Let me see if I can find any more. So when I'm working on a project, seriously, thanks Kim, I just throw all the things I think I could possibly use in like this bucket. And then when I'm done with the project, I figure out where all this stuff goes. So I have these little bee picks. So I think I'm gonna use some of these also. And I have these daisies. If these daisies are too big and too busy, like I might just use a couple of these daisies. Whoops. Or I might have some smaller ones, but I like the big ones, so I might just put a couple of these daisies because they match this and they match the ribbon that I chose. So what I'll do is when I get started and like have an idea for the center that I'm gonna make, then I'll make a reel and take pictures. So if I make this size, that's how it would look. And if I make the larger size, that's how it would look, but I could also squish it in with all those curls coming over it. I'm probably gonna do this, and maybe I'll do an outline in black or black and white, and then write like "Be Happy" or something like that on it, and a cool font. So this is the finished bee wreath so far. All I have to do is add a few embellishments and make the middle, and I will certainly show you that. I want to thank everyone that just spontaneously joined in with me, because we had no plan and you were just like strolling through the Facebook streets and decided to come on with me. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna undo this to show you how awesome my place is. So here is all my craft junk. You can see it on the floor. And flowers and more wreaths. And here's my table. Whoops. Here's my table. So I'm super excited that I moved here, and you can see behind me all my beautiful things. That's made by Deborah Rose in the back. And then there is a sunflower wreath. So, hi Chris. So if you just came on, go back and watch on the replay. And if you were here the whole time, great. If you have questions, put the questions in there and I'll try to answer them, but I'm not really an expert. I learn every day from other people just like this. Whoever said so organized, I just want to tell you that when I moved, my sister Cassie came here from Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. That is where the Groundhog Day nonsense is. And when she came here, I kind of threw my back out the first day. And so she set up my whole condo. And this is so organized because there are about 1,000 plastic totes in the storage unit on my balcony, as well as in my walk-in closet. We called the walk-in closet the back. That's where other craft supplies that don't fit neatly in here go. Where am I from? I live in New Jersey, like central New Jersey. It's called Robbinsville, but 15, 20 minutes from Trenton, half hour from Princeton. So thank you so much. I need to eat dinner in 10 minutes and be ready to go watch Art by Deborah Rose. If you like to watch painting, pour painting, see a nice, happy, smiley, wonderful lady teaching you how to make things, go and join her. Love you guys. Thanks.